let's see. First person here is Jamie. When and who will I be in a relationship with? I can't tell you who. I don't know who. I can just tell you the sign. An Aries comes in pretty strong, and so does a Leo. Sometime early spring, late winter or early spring, you can meet them. And you may have decisions to make. You may have a choice between two different people. Late winter, early spring. I don't know who they are, though. And you got to figure it out. I don't know who it is. It's an Aries comes in, and you may have choices around who you're going to be with. Sonia. If ML tries to talk shit and badly about me, he wants to accuse me of harassment to RL and other colleagues in the department. Will he come out believable, and will they believe him? No, I don't think so. First of all, you need to have proof. You can't just accuse somebody of something and not have any proof. You can't just say, "Oh, this person," you know what I mean? So they have to have proof. I don't think that I think this person may have caused trouble before and may have a name for themselves. I wouldn't worry about them. And I wouldn't let this person, like, you're giving all your power away to this person if you decide not to work there because of him. I wouldn't let him bother you. Just do your thing and don't worry about him. Because, you know, like, people get, when you get to know somebody, you know who they are and you know what they're about. Like, you know the person that's always the drama queen. You know the person that always has an excuse. You know the person that's always complaining about something. You know the person that never has anything nice to say. Like, you get to know people. So I think that his reputation is going to speak for itself. I wouldn't worry about him. And I wouldn't give him any, I would not let your life revolve around him. Do you know what I'm saying? If you decide not to work there because of him, you're giving him your power. And he shouldn't have your power. Screw him. Allison General. Got the world at your feet moving forward. You got some financial stability coming in. Life seems to move forward pretty quickly. And there could be a new romantic interest on the horizon. You're about to go through a huge growth and transformation on a personal level that brings in a lot of good karma. Allison, what will happen with me and David the next 2 months? He's currently no communication. He's confusing. He's in and out. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. I wouldn't expect too much from him because the Lover's card is in reverse. The Star is in reverse. And it doesn't look like this relationship is going to stabilize. It looks like it's always going to be back and forth and in and out. I would keep your options open. You have an Aries coming in here. I don't know if this is somebody new. It could be fresh energy. But it's like this person's back and forth and in and out. And now you're saying there's not much communication. I'm not seeing communication here. Page of Swords is in reverse. I would keep your options open. April, will he still reach out? And if yes, why? Yeah, I think that he will reach out, but he doesn't reach out for any reason in particular. He's undecided. He just kind of reaches out to check in. He doesn't have like a a purpose or an intention. He just like calls to see what's up or texts to see what's going on. Adriana next week. Next week, you have some good luck coming in. You also have the ability to manifest new opportunities. Focus on what you want more of. You got happiness coming in. Stepping into your own personal strength. Spending time taking care of yourself. Rest, relaxation, recharging your batteries. Next week should be a pretty good week. And I dreamt of an ocean with a calm wave surrounded with beautiful brown rocks and shining clear crystal. Is there a meaning? Yeah. That's your subconscious. But, you know, I mean, all dreams are your subconscious, but that's your subconscious. The ocean is emotions that are in your subconscious. And it's very, if it was very calm, you said, you may be coming to a time in your life where you have a lot of peace and tranquility. Now, crystals, right? I would go by the color of the crystals. So the clear ones, I would say, well, the brown ones would be like stabilizing. So that could be like speaking about your root chakra. It also could be like feeling grounded and stable and secure moving forward. Clear, when we deal with clear crystals, they're really good for anything. But if it were like a diamond or if something looked like a diamond, that could could represent love. But anytime you see water, it's dealing with your emotions, because that's the element. The water is emotions. So if the water was calm and if the water was beautiful, it's like serenity is coming, or your subconscious is feeling serenity. If it was like a stormy or like rough water, I would say that emotionally you would be coming into a rocky time. But this dream sounds very pleasant and it sounds very peaceful and serene. And I think that's what you're coming into. So you may have recently purged out of your subconscious a lot of old crap. And now you have a little bit more serenity coming in. I think that that's a really significant dream. Really. Between the colors, the crystals, the water. I'm assuming you were probably on a beach, right? Yeah. So, I mean, there's earth. There's like all the elements are there. Yeah, I do think that that's pretty significant. New me. Should I go to Jamaica next month? Yeah. Yep. I would go. Uriali. Me and Brandon had a disagreement today. How does he feel about it? And will he try to work on us? All right, I don't know what the disagreement was about, and I don't know where you are in this relationship, but it doesn't look like he's interested in putting in work. It looks like there's the argument here. His intuition is telling him, or he may be making a decision to walk away and move past this. It looks like the relationship has kind of weakened, and the Knight of Cups is in reverse, which is like a loss of interest. So, like I said, I don't know if you guys are a couple. I don't know if you're trying to be a couple with him, or it doesn't look like the two of you are on the same page. So whatever the disagreement was about, he feels like Eight of Cups, he may be walking away from the situation. I don't think that he's going to try to work on, no, I don't see that right now. Ronnie, is there any spirits around my daughter? Well, I think we all have spirits, but anything like evil or negative? Well, I think that we all have spirits, and I don't think that she's any different. I get a 70% chance, yes, there could be something negative around her. So I would do the salt water thing. I would do the Florida water, black obsidian, black tourmaline, or clear crystals, just to sage the place, or whatever. Just to be on the safe side. I always feel like it's better to do too much than to not do enough. Uriel. I don't see it yet, so let me do April. Did he actually mean what he said, or was he trying to see how I feel? Okay, did he mean what he said? I think he meant what he said. I don't know what he said, but the cards indicate 70% chance, yes, he meant what he said, but I don't know what it was that he said. What I can tell you is that men usually don't play that game. Like their brains aren't usually wired like that. Like, I'm going to say this because I want to see if she says that. Women do that. So no, I think that what he said he meant, or a variation of what he said he meant. You know, sometimes, especially men, may not have the best way of putting things, or they may not explain themselves totally clearly, but they're not usually manipulators like that, because their brains don't usually work like that. They're pretty much like, they say what they mean, or they, even though they may not always express themselves right, they're not usually people that try to do stuff like that. They just don't work like that. Sometimes what they say, though, is a little bit of a twisted version of what they mean, but their brains don't usually work with, I'm going to say this because I want to see if she says that. Women do that. And that's why women are always upset, because the men don't understand it. They don't respond. They respond with what they think the woman is saying, because they can't decode it, because their brains don't work like that. Anyway. Ramla's love. Don Ted for 2 questions. Wait, what? Oh, donated. It looks like Don Ted. Like, who's Don and Ted? How does Ryan feel about me? And how does Joshua feel about me? Okay, how does Ryan feel about me? If Ryan was somebody that you were in a relationship with and it has come to an end, they may be feeling like with the 6 of Cups in reverse, they're not looking back fondly on the situation, or they may be relieved to be out of the situation. It looks like the love has run out with him, and he may be feeling like relieved. So I don't know if you were in a relationship that at some point turned sour, and now he's kind of feeling like, I want my life to move in a different direction. How does Joshua feel about me? A little bit undecided. They may not, I don't know how well they know you. Maybe they don't know you well enough to have like a solid opinion. They seem to think that you're nice, caring, kind, smart, grounded, attractive, and strong, or loyal, strong and loyal. Adriana, when could he approach? When could he approach? Could be pretty soon. Maybe within the next 9 days. Now, the diamonds would be sometime before the end of the winter. Sineb, will Dara reach out to me? Will Dara reach out to me? It may take a while. You might not hear from this person for a good period of time. I'm only getting a 33% chance, yes, that they reach out to you. So I'm not convinced at this point communication's coming in anytime soon. Urieli, what's coming towards me in love? You may be feeling very burdened by love right now. And you may be walking away from things that no longer serve you. But you have a wish that comes in and a celebration that comes in, possibly around a Gemini or an Aquarius. Your wish comes in, yeah. Maybe not right away, maybe sometime early spring. Then your love life strengthens and you move in a different direction. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serves you brings you through divine timing to something new. But you have more than one opportunity. It could be with a Gemini, it could also be with an Aquarius. Mimi. Is my Cancerian ex hiding that he had a baby after our son was born? Oh, good God. All right. Is there a baby after our son was born? Is the Cancer hiding a child? I think so, yes. Here's the Cancer shows up, and then 2 aces. I would say yes, this person is hiding a child. How do you hide a human being? Jesus. I wouldn't be shocked to find out that, yes, there is another child. And what's coming towards me in love, okay? What's coming towards me in love? You have a new love interest coming on the horizon here. New love interest, starting a new journey, and you have cause for celebration that comes in. Could be with a Virgo. Could also be with the Capricorn. You have at least 2 opportunities coming in with lots of happiness surrounding it. So good for you. Really. I worked with this woman who she had her first son with like her high school sweetheart, and then she had 3 sons with her husband. So she had 4 boys. And when she was pregnant with her last son, her husband got somebody else pregnant, and his 2 youngest sons were the same age. They were like months apart. So we were working one day. She was working with us for a while, and she said something about, oh, my son's brother's coming over tonight. And we were like, what? You know, we had never heard of him before. And she told us the story. And she was like, so I got rid of that bum. But she always recognized that child as being a sibling to her sons, because she felt like it wasn't the kid's fault, and she wanted that boy to be able to have brothers because he didn't have any other siblings. So I was like, wow, that takes a really big person to do that, because, you know, that's like a really shitty thing to have done to you while you're, you know, pregnant, and then you find out that he's having a baby with someone else. But she was like, you know, I just couldn't hold it against the kid. Anyway, she was like, I got rid of that bum. But she said that the kid comes over and like spends the weekend with them sometimes. And I thought that was a really nice, way that it turned out. Anyhow, they were older though at this point. I think the youngest kids were like 15 at that time. Talia, what are B's actions towards me in the near future? Communication could pick up. It also looks like you've got things could change for the better quickly. You have a wish, and there is possibly spending more time together with long-term potential around a committed relationship at some point with him. Got the 2 of Cups and the 4 of Wands. I just saw somebody reply to my I need a babysitter. That lady today, she was afraid of Dylan. She didn't even come in the house. I mean, Dylan looks scary. He does look scary, and he jumped up, and it scared her, and she was like, I'm scared. I can't do this. So anyhow, how many other signs do I need? I mean, and that lady like literally lives around the corner, but you know what? If she's scared and she's uncomfortable, it's just better off, you know. So I have a young girl that applied, but she can't start this week. She has to start next week. So it kind of puts me in a predicament for this week. So anyway, unless I just see if I can get the class covered for this week and tell them the truth. I lost my babysitter. The next one can't start till next week. You know, because I hate to say it, to get like somebody for this week and say, well, I got somebody else coming next week, you know, although maybe they won't even care. I mean, I wouldn't care if somebody just hired me for one night. I would do it. But Adriana, what could be happening between him and I? Well, you do have there is the opportunity for things to move forward here. I'm not seeing a whole lot of love right now, but that's okay. It could be coming down the road. It does look like you guys could have a nice connection with potential for the future, heading towards all 10 cups being full. It just may not happen right now. It could happen down the road. You know, and I would never tell anyone to sit around and wait for something, but it might be the kind of thing, and I hate to say this too, but I've seen things like this happen where there may be one interest and then it's like showing there's possibility, but nothing is happening. And then all of a sudden somebody else comes in and like the one person has a relationship with the new person, but then at some point that ends and then this other person shows up again. Like sometimes that twisted stuff happens. So something could happen with him in the future. Magical love. Will the Pisces X return this year? And if so, what's going to happen? Okay, let's see. Well, you got a 70% chance, yes, the Pisces return sometime this year. The thing is that the death card's in reverse. So this person is coming back as who they left. And like there's no growth or change around them, which puts you back in the same position that you were once in. And a relationship that fell apart before will probably fall apart again. And you could put yourself back in a situation where you're just repeating the same karmic cycle with this person. So I would think about what you want to do when this person shows back up in your life, because they may not come back as a changed person. They may come back and as the same and go back into the same broken relationship. So think about it when this person returns. Julie, can you see the energy of what Richard may say when he reaches out? Okay. His energy comes up like he's very like dry and to the point, like emotionless. You like he doesn't give a lot of, you know, it's like holding back. You know, like one word answers, or like not really talkative, not really full of emotion, just kind of like, hey, good, fine, okay, like that kind of. I don't think you get a whole lot out of him next time he reaches out, but he reaches out. So that's something that's good in it of itself. Ja S. Will I finally meet a decent and good man soon? Okay, let's see. Yes, you will, and it could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I would say relatively soon, maybe by the spring or during the spring. Cinnamon, how and when will my dentist appointment go? Dentist appointment goes pretty well. Growth and transformation, good karma, but there may be something undecided. Like you might have to make a decision about something. But you do, and you feel relief around the situation. When could this happen? Soon, within the next 2 weeks. Or, yeah, well, within the next 2 weeks we'll be in February. I was going to say, or the month of February. Mimi, what's the current person's feelings and intentions for me? The cards indicate to listen to your intuition, because it doesn't look like things move forward quickly, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of growth and transformation around the situation. And it's like you may know that this is not going anywhere, but you're not listening to your intuition. I would say that this person may care about you. They may think that you're strong, stable, sincere, but I don't see a lot of love here. It doesn't look like it's a love relationship. It looks like it could be a friendship. But you may be feeling like either you're being treated unfairly or there's some kind of an injustice around the situation. I would keep your options open. You've got some other options coming in. Ronnie, I want to try yoga, but I don't want to do any crazy handstands and break my neck. It would help with breathing. You don't have to do any of that shit in any class. But if depending on the class that you take, if you were to take a straight up Bikram class, if you've never done yoga before, the heat, first of all, being in the hot room, that humidity is great for the lungs. If you really hate heat, you kind of get used to it fast as long as you just keep going. And then like after I would say maybe after like 10 classes, as long as you're well hydrated, you don't even really feel the heat anymore. Like I would be in class for like 40 minutes and then I would realize I was sweating because I would feel like sweat go down like my back. But otherwise the room didn't even feel hot to me anymore. A Bikram class is 26 postures and they never change. They're always the same. It doesn't matter who's teaching it. So, and there's no handstands, there's nothing crazy, there's no headstands, nothing like that. And after a while, if you take enough of the class enough, you'll memorize the sequence, so you're going to know exactly what's coming next, which is exactly why most people wind up hating it. I hate it. But it's a nice place to start, especially if you want to take hot yoga, because there's like a comfort in kind of knowing where you are as you go through the class. Like you'll know, okay, now we made it to eagle, I have a water break. Once we make it to triangle, the class is almost halfway over. Like you'll start to know that, so it's kind of mentally. But any class that you take yoga wise, it's up to you if you want to do those crazy postures. You don't have to do them. And my suggestion would be hot yoga if you're really looking for like help with like lung issues, because it's made a world of difference in my lung capacity, and I know it's from the time I've spent in the hot room. Even if you don't do the whole class, when it comes to hot yoga, you could lay down. I mean, I've had people come in and like take like 5 minutes of the class and spend the rest of the time laying down because they were just exhausted. And who cares? It doesn't matter. Like, that's fine. But they're in the room and they're breathing in that humidity. As far as like any other of the yoga classes, like if you were to take a power flow class, it's like intense. It's more of like a cardio workout. It's good for breathing. Some, depending on the studio, we do hot vinyasa in Bikram heat, which is like 110 degrees. But a lot of like regular flow classes that are heated will only be about 85 or 90 degrees. And you want the room to be warm anyway, because it's easier. You start to open up faster. When it's cold, everything is just tight. But yeah, and if you don't do hot yoga, but you go to a regular yoga studio, they're even going to be even more laid back about what you do. So if you were to say to them, I'm not doing handstands, that's out of my league, I have no desire, they won't even care. They may not even be in the class. They may not even throw them in there. And those classes may focus a little bit more on breathing exercises, like alternate nostril breathing and that kind of stuff. You know, it really depends on what you want to do. There's so many things when it comes to yoga. My suggestion would be, if you can, this is going to sound so judgmental and like I'm such an asshole, but I'm going to say it anyway. I would try to go to an experienced yoga teacher and not like a young new teacher, only because the young new teachers tend to want to do all kinds of crazy shit because that's fun to them. The older teachers that are a little bit more mature tend to want to focus more on what you need, not, hey, look what I can do. But anyway, that's my 2 cents. Julie, would it still be this week when he reaches out? Okay, let's see. Yes, I think so. Yeah, I think you'll hear from him this week. Julie, is Hernan a nice guy? Is Hernan a nice guy? He is, yeah. He also comes up like he could be a little bit financially stable too. Loving, kind, sincere, strong, courageous, successful. He's a nice guy. Where am I here? I think I'm at Anne for general. Leaving negativity in the past. You have a wish. Leaving negativity in the past, and then something or someone comes in out of the blue that's like a surprise. It could be somebody that you haven't seen or spoken to in quite some time. They may be a Capricorn, or it could be running into somebody or meeting somebody new out of the clear blue. That's a Capricorn. You may be making a decision to push your life forward. Long-term potential comes in around a love connection. If you're with someone right now, current relationship. If not, maybe it's this new person that comes in. But you're definitely making a decision to walk away from things that no longer serve you, which then brings in happiness and feeling like you're not holding yourself back anymore. Moon, what comes through for spiritual gifts? What comes through for spiritual gifts? Intuition. Holy cow, intuition is strong. You got the moon and you also have the high priestess. It also looks like that's going to continue to grow if you work with your intuition. It also looks like you may have the gift of clairaudience. And what I would do is I would start journaling every time you hear something or you get a random thought that makes no sense. Like, you ever have that, like, where all of a sudden something pops into your head and you're like, why am I thinking of blue corn chips? Whatever. Write it down, because it may make sense later on that day, or it may make sense tomorrow. And if you write it down, you'll remember it. If you don't write it down, you may not think about it, or you may not consciously remember it. But if you write it down when it happens and you look at that book every day, you may be able to start to connect the dots a little bit. Oh, I gotta charge this. What do we got here? We have April. Did Spencer get upset when I said let's meet next Friday instead of today? He wanted to meet right away, but I need a detox this week. I actually think that that's kind of good that you weren't too eager. I think it was good. Let's see. Did he get upset when I put him off to next week? No. At the most, he was mildly disappointed. I think he really did want to meet today, but he's okay with meeting next week. I think you will meet him next week, and I'm kind of glad that you made him wait. That I'm not like a huge game player, but I kind of like that. Anyway, Julie, could Hernan be a match for me? Yes, he could be. Yeah, I would say yes. I would give him a chance. Let's see what happens with that guy. Sibo, love. Got a Capricorn coming in. It looks like you may be making a decision to move on to greener pastures. You could also be deciding to leave things in the past that no longer serve you. And you may be looking back on the past like, you know what, it's not really as great as I wanted it to be, or it wasn't all it was cracked up to be. There's better out there. And I think that attitude brings in cause for celebration around greener pastures. Got a fire sign here as well, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but I think this is brand new energy. That person and also the Capricorn. Looks like leaving regret and negativity in the past and making a clear decision to move forward with your life. Next relationship that you enter is going to be very well balanced. You're going to feel like you're getting out of it exactly what you put into it. And it looks like there's a lot of communication. And aside from that, this person may be very like loving, kind, caring, sincere, stable, and like you get from them what they say they're going to give you. Like they mean what they say. They don't hold themselves back, and things don't get stuck. Things seem to move forward pretty quickly. Pinky, love. Okay, if you've just left somebody in the past, like cut somebody out, possibly a water sign from the past, that moves into the past. You'll have good luck moving forward. In comes an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They actually may be somebody that's around your world right now and you haven't seen them or taken notice of them, but divine guidance may bring them front and center. It also looks like you have the Two of Pentacles here, which means balance comes back to your life in general, having nothing to do with love. If the air sign doesn't do it for you, you also have an Aries coming in. But your life should be moving forward. KB General. Looks like the weight of the world slips off your back and you start to step into your own personal strength. With all of that, it looks like you're making a decision when it comes to finances. You also may be making a decision about going back to school or learning a new area of study. If you decided to do it, it would be slow and steady wins the race, but it would lead you to success and it would bring in money over the long term. It looks like you might have a new love interest on the horizon or rekindling your current relationship. If you're not with anyone right now, Earth sign comes in, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Taking time for rest, relaxation, and recharging your batteries serves you well. Mustafa. I don't see it. So let me just do John. General, please, from now until the end of February. Being guided by the divine and your intuition is strong, so definitely listen to it. You may have an issue around either a father figure, a strong personality. That could be a father, a grandfather, an uncle, or this could be an issue with a boss. Whatever it is, I think it works itself out. You got success coming in, and it seems to change for the better quickly, or things move forward quickly. Page of Pentacles, you may be working on a side business or putting effort into something that's all your own. Life changes for the better quickly before the end of February. Life moves forward. No longer feeling burdened by the weight of the world, taking time for self-care, spending time with a love interest. And the love interest may be a Earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. Nine of Pentacles, you got money coming in between now and then as well. That movie Goonies was the best. That was the fucking best movie. Uriali, I see Tay today. How does he feel about me? Well, he's got like a crazy energy. It's like he's got sharp energy. He's got a lot of sharp energy around the situation. He also feels very unbalanced, but he sees you as the Queen of Cups. Loving, kind, gentle, caring, strong, spontaneous, happy, attractive, but he also has sharp energy. So he's kind of all over the place. He comes up as very unbalanced. T. Wilmore, is my connection with Bishop over? We have not been communicating. Okay, let's see. Is my connection with Bishop over? No, I think that you may have communication during the retrograde period, which is going to happen. Well, we're already in the shadow period. I think Mercury turns retrograde on the 29th. When I have to leave for Florida. It's okay. It's okay. No, I think you have communication coming back. Mustafa, how will people at school, especially the females, think and feel when I wear my new pants with my matching outfit and cologne that I'm thinking of? Okay, let's see. Okay, well, this is obviously very general because not everybody is going to feel the same. Like some people straight up won't notice. Other people may be knocked over by it, you know? So for the most part, it looks like your intuition is spot on. You're being guided by the divine, and people are going to start to take you more seriously, think that you've matured. You're going to come off more mature. You're going to look more mature, and they're also going to think that you're grounded, down to earth, stable, and focused. You're also going to come off as a little bit more attractive than you did last year to girls in general, even not in school, just in everyday life. Anthony, how's the girls see my post on Facebook? Is it attractive? Okay. Well, once again, you know, it's not everyone is going to feel the same way, but I get 70% chance overall. Yes, the girls on Facebook think that you're attractive. They also think that you're very well balanced, smart, intuitive, kind, caring, spontaneous, and unique. Mustafa, how will school be for me this upcoming week? Good. Things seem to move forward quickly. You seem to come off very strong or very secure, or you're taking control of things. You're listening to your intuition. It should be a good week with a lot of success and a lot of, like, feeling like you're getting a lot of respect. Deja, the next 2 weeks. Feeling like you've made it to the top of the mountain. Finally, you can breathe a sigh of relief. Feeling prepared and excited for the future. Your intuition is spot on, so definitely listen to it. Could be starting a new journey over the next 2 weeks, and you're going to have some choices. Looks like you have a wish, put it out into the universe. Feeling like you stepped into some good luck, and like the hard work you've put into the universe or putting out is coming back to you. So generally speaking, a Seven of Pentacles it's usually a business thing, or if you're in school, it could be a school thing, like the hard work that you've put into school is now finally paying off. It doesn't have to be, but it does look like your persistence around school or work pays off. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serves you strengthens your own confidence. I think the next 2 weeks are going to be pretty good. There's an air sign that comes in that could be of significance. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. And let me go back up to the top. And you create see anything good happening for me in the near future. You have possibly a new business opportunity, job opportunity, or something around school, whatever it is that you do all day. That could be very positive. It looks like you have a Libra, a Pisces, and a Leo coming in that may be of significance. Looks like growth and transformation come to you as a person, which pushes your life forward quickly. Financial stability comes in, no longer feeling so burdened by the weight of the world, but feeling like life is moving forward with a little bit more spontaneity and freedom. I think you're moving into a nice time in your life where you've got a little less stress around you. Vicky, do you see our contacting me anytime soon? I don't think so. The Knight of Swords is in reverse. I don't think that you'll hear from him anytime soon. Let's see if I can get timing, though. Maybe sometime early summer. It looks like it's a little bit down the road. Julie, if I do give it a try with Hernan, would there be an attraction on both sides? Okay, let's see. Yes, I believe so. I think he's going to be very attracted to you. Yeah, and it could happen quickly, and it could be like starting a new journey quickly, spontaneously. That's like fun. The Fool could be starting a new journey, but it also could be like freedom loving, free spirit, out of the clear blue sky, spontaneity, a lot of fun. You know, it's like a breath of fresh air. Empress of Love. What is SS's intentions towards me? Well, this person looks like they may have had their share of bad luck in the past, but that's moving into the past. Love cup is full. Their intentions may be to give this a shot. It looks like they're feeling prepared. And they may be making a decision to put some effort in to see if there's a connection here and if you guys are going to move forward and be in a relationship. It doesn't look like it happens super fast, so it may be a little bit sporadic in the beginning. I would give it a little bit of time. Anna, what are Tino the Pisces' intentions towards you? Tino the Pisces. Well, he may have some ambition around this situation. He may be showing you a lot of respect, putting in a lot of effort, and the two of you could start a new journey. I'm not seeing a ton of love right now, but that's okay. It could come in time. You have the Magician, so you have the ability to manifest just about anything you want. I think his intentions are going to be to give this a shot. I can't tell you he's head over heels in love just yet. That's okay. You might not be there yet, but there may be opportunity to explore the connection in the near future. April, how my date go with Spencer? I feel so out of shape right now. I hear you. Don't worry about that. You know, people are very bizarre, right? Because we notice things about ourselves that other people would never notice. And so what? So what if you're out of shape? It doesn't matter. It's not going to affect the date. And, like, to whose standards? Like, I have friends that have been heavy their whole lives. They've always been heavy. And it's never stopped them. You know, so it's like that's something that's in your own head. It shouldn't affect the date. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have, not all of us, but like, I guess we all have our own standard of what beauty is or what we should look like or what we want to look like. And sometimes it's like we don't reach it for ourselves, but the other people aren't thinking anything of it. It's like that. You being out of shape should not affect your date. You know what I mean? It's like what should affect your date is if the two of you don't get along because you have nothing in common. But you being out of shape shouldn't have any effect on the date. And I don't think that it does. He doesn't seem to be like superficial. It looks like things move forward with him, or you have the opportunity for things to move forward. But if you're feeling uncomfortable, that's you feeling uncomfortable, but that has nothing to do with him. So I would, you know, but that kind of stuff, like that comes back to self-worth, because what is the difference? You're the same person if you're 5 pounds heavier, 5 pounds lighter, 50 pounds heavier, or 50 pounds lighter. But I get how you feel, because I feel terrible. I feel awful. This is not my normal weight. Like, I've never been this heavy in my life. So I understand where you're coming from, but that shouldn't affect the date. So I think you'll be fine. Mustafa, how will my bodybuilding efforts go in the next 4 weeks? Should go well. You got growth and transformation. Being focused and being perseverant. You should see some good results in the next couple of weeks. I pressed for Kendra Johnson. Is Kendra in here? Or are you just asking me to do a reading? Like she's with you and I'm just going to do a general reading. I'm going to wait. Oh, she's with you. Okay, all right. Let's do a reading for Kendra Johnson. Coming up, she's going to have the world at her feet, and she's stepping into her own personal strength. That also could be that a Leo is coming in who's going to be quite passionate. It looks like leaving negativity and things that no longer work in the past bring in new opportunities. Not looking back on the past fondly or not wanting to go backwards, but eager to move forward. Wheel of Fortune, good luck comes in. Out of the clear blue sky, hearing from somebody that either you thought you'd never hear from again or that you haven't heard from in a while. Focus on some sort of this could be a side business or a way of bringing in money that's all your own. It could be like your own private thing that earns you money. Etsy, eBay, whatever it is. Life changes for the better quickly. That side business does have potential, and it also could be something a little bit more creative. Making a decision for your life to move forward with perseverance. 2021 should be a good year for you. Being guided by the divine. If you're not with anyone right now, fire sign comes in, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. If you are with someone right now, you got good karma coming in around your love life. Looks like the love cup is full. Got money coming in and a stable business relationship. Life starts to move forward. There's opportunity for travel this year too, to water, by water, or around water. Manifesting love. Is the Aquarius in a romantic relationship? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Julie, love from me in February. Could be starting a new journey that gives you a lot of respect. You got the Temperance card here. You may need to have a little bit of patience, but it looks like serenity comes back to your love life, and your love life starts to move forward before the end of February. The love cup is full. You have the Magician here. You have the ability to manifest new opportunities. You could be presented an offer that would be hard to turn down. It looks like you have growth and transformation coming in around your love life between now and the end of February. Got a Virgo here. You have you have a Virgo, a Capricorn, a Cancer, and a Sagittarius, and a Scorpio. You may have a lot of options moving forward. Good for you. Cake, is Michael my soulmate or twin flame? You know, I don't really buy into the twin flame nonsense. I just don't, because first of all, everybody tells you something different, and I just don't really believe in it. I mean, maybe there is another, because what about twins? Do they each have their own twin flame? I don't know. I just don't believe. I don't feel like telling somebody that their twin flame is legitimate, because I feel like what it does is that it gives the okay to wait around for somebody who's treating you like absolute shit. And so that's why I don't get into the twin flame thing, because they say, oh, well, someone's the chaser and the other person is the runner. And listen, if somebody's telling you that they don't want to be with you, believe them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to tell somebody, well, you should be treated like shit, because that's what your twin flame does. I don't buy that. It could be a soulmate relationship. It could be a soulmate relationship, but I can't answer with the twin flame thing, because too many people ask that question, and too many people think everybody's a twin flame, and I just don't. I mean, you know, look, I studied with one person that said that your twin flame should be the exact opposite of you. So if, like, you complete each other. So if you love to go out drinking and partying, they love to stay home and, you know, meditate. If you love to go to the beach, they hate going to the beach. They're the exact opposite of you. But then I studied with somebody else that said that the exact opposite of that. Oh no, you two should be like, you should fit together like gloves, and you should love doing the same things and hate doing the same things. I don't know. I can't get into that, because I feel like people get hooked on this idea that they're supposed to be with somebody and it's the wrong person for them, and the person is straight up telling them, I don't want to be with you, but yet, you know, blocking them, telling them to get lost, and they're still believing that they should be with that person. So I can't answer that. Even if it were true, I don't even know if the cards would give me a correct answer, because I don't know that I'm supposed to know that kind of stuff. I think you have to figure that out. Anna, general for February. You could be presented with an offer that would be hard to turn down sometime in February. Anxiety moves into the past. Feels like life starts to move forward. Taurus could come in that's significant. If not, this could be a spiritual practice of some type that you may be taking up that really speaks to your soul. Feels like success is coming in around a business endeavor or career endeavor, and you may be spending time with a Virgo that's of significance. It also looks like you could have a soulmate connection show up in the month of February if you're not with anyone right now. If you are, I would say your current relationship is moving forward nicely. Not with anyone, a slow and steady water sign shows up. Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Cake, I don't see it yet, so let me do Joe. Did I make the right choice by copywriting the single? Did and will see retaliate about... So because I didn't sign his bogus contract. If you wrote that song and it's yours, then you did the right thing by copywriting it. Absolutely. Why should somebody else take credit for your stuff and make money off of it? No, you did the right thing. Will he retaliate? He might try to, yeah. He may try to, but I don't know how successful he's going to be, because it's like he gets stuck and he kind of loses interest. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. I think you made the right decision. Protect yourself and forget about these losers that are trying to scam you. I don't think that he has the power he wishes he had. Princess, how did Asm the Cancer feel about my Instagram story? All right, I don't know what the interest of what the story was about, but this is what it shows. This person may feel stuck. They could have a little bit of anxiety, and they feel like they're holding themselves back. So I don't know what the story was, but that's what the cards indicate. Mustafa, how do people currently view me? All right, this is going to be general, because obviously, because everybody sees something different. You know, like we're like holograms to everyone. Everyone's seeing us from a different angle. I would say for the most part, people see you as peaceful, serene, grounded, stable, passionate, loving, kind, sincere, intelligent, creative, hardworking, charming. Princess, how is Asm the Cancer currently feeling about me, the Virgo? There's something that is not sitting right with them. The moon here is in reverse, which means that they may have heard something or seen something, or somebody may have told them something that's causing a tower moment for them, or may feel like something is a disaster. I would have a conversation with them, because the moon and the fool are both in reverse, which means that either something was exposed or something will be exposed that needs to be dealt with around this situation. I don't know what the relationship is between the two of you, but it looks like this person is a little bit upset or turned off by something that happened. Sun is in reverse, which means you can fix this situation, but the fool and the moon both need to be addressed. Otherwise, this tower moment is going to happen. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what your relationship is with this person. So, and I don't know what needs to be revealed or what was revealed. But something also could have been said that's not true, but something's being over exaggerated, and it's going to cause trouble for the two of you. April for this week and the weekend. This week looks pretty good. It's like stepping into your own strength, feeling like you're getting an offer that would be hard to turn down. You could be starting a new journey. You may be feeling positive about a love situation that could have commitment potential on the horizon. Leaving disappointment in the past, moving forward towards success. Growth and transformation comes in to your life just overall. Mustafa, how will my family, parents and siblings think and feel about me 6 weeks from now after I try to act more mature and grounded and also become very muscular? Okay. Empress, love, money, abundance, fertility. It looks like they're going to think that you're persistent and you're growing, maturing, and taking care of business. They're going to feel like a sense that you've matured, but not only physically with the muscles, but also like mentally and emotionally you've grown. And they're going to feel like anxiety around the situation is going to move into the past. They're going to be much more confident in you, even though they already have confidence in you. They're going to be somewhat impressed. Adriana, February. February looks like balance and happiness comes back to your life. Taking time for self-care, rest, relaxation recharges your batteries. You're no longer holding yourself back. Making a choice to push your life forward, stepping into your own strength, cutting through bullshit, laying down the law. No longer waiting for your ship to come in. Life changes for the better for you quickly. Maybe thinking about going back to school in February. Mustafa. I don't see it yet. Let's do April. How will any Aquarius feel about me retracting my energy from her? I feel sorry for her, but she only wants to be around me when a guy gives her attention. And it's getting worse, and she said that she wants to be left alone for a while. She's a lot of work. She really is. I wouldn't feel so sorry for her because it's like she's doing this to herself. Your whole life cannot revolve around one person or one relationship or whether or not you have a boyfriend. Like, it's absolutely insane. If you think that your life is going to be perfect because you have a boyfriend, or you want to shut the whole world out because you don't have a boyfriend, you're destined to be miserable for the rest of your life, because your happiness cannot depend on what somebody else's actions. It's just there's no way that can work for anybody ever. It doesn't matter who you are. I don't care who you are. Madonna, Beyonce, your happiness cannot be relying on somebody else's actions. So she needs to get her act together. And I think the best thing that you can do for yourself is to distance yourself from her, because people like her are going to drag you down. That's a lot of negativity. And then when you're around people like that, you try to bring them up, and they're a whole lot of work, and it zaps all of your energy, and you don't need that. She's got to get a grasp on reality, and she's not going to meet anyone that makes her happy when her happiness depends on somebody else, because nobody wants to be responsible for anybody else's happiness, but intuitively we don't know that. So it's like when somebody is really fucking needy and emotionally clinging, it turns us off, but we don't know why it turns us off. It just does. But it's because we don't want to be responsible for everybody else's happiness. So she's a whole lot of work, and she's got to get her act together. And if she wants to be left alone, leave her alone. And take care of yourself. Worry about yourself, because she's got to realize what she's doing, and she's not. And if she's going to continue down this path, then let her be by herself and be miserable, because this isn't how adults act. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come to a point in your life where you have to realize that you need to be okay by yourself and not just grab anybody just to make yourself happy for 5 minutes. And then when that person's not there because you've smothered the hell out of them, now you want to be left alone by everyone so that you can throw a temper tantrum. It's very immature and it's not fair. So you know what? Let her go be by herself, and I would worry about you, and I wouldn't even fucking bother with her anymore because she's just going to bring you down with that. I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like, so you don't have a boyfriend. So what? I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's worse to be married to somebody who you can't stand or who hates you or who's banging the girl next door. That's much worse. Mustafa, how will Miriam think and feel 6 weeks from now if we walk past each other in the hallway after I become more muscular and have a longer beard? She's going to take notice. She's going to think that you're very attractive. She also may feel like an asshole. And she may be disappointed in herself for the way that she treated you. But she's going to take notice. There's no doubt. No doubt. Goddess, where is the why is there tension in my household? Oh, there's usually tension in households. Unless you live alone. And you're smart. And you don't let anybody come over. It does look like there is a mild tension. It doesn't look like it's the end of the world. It looks like things are going to work themselves out. And stability, strength comes back to your house. So I don't know if two people had an argument. It could be like, I don't know who you live with, but if this is like, if you live with a couple, like parents, or if you have roommates that are a couple, they may have gone through a little bit of an argument. It blows over. It blows over, it moves into the past. They feel more prepared and the energy changes and the tension breaks. I'm going to say maybe by the end of the week or midweek. I don't think it's going to take that long. Julie, is the guy Hernan single or seeing anyone? Okay, is Hernan single? Oh, I think he's single, yeah. Joe, he gave me the song. He gave the song to me to record, and he said he was going to pay me. He didn't pay me yet. Instead, he gave me a bogus contract trying to own me, and I copyright my performance of the song. Well, if they allowed you to copyright it, then you did the right thing. Like, I think legally, if you weren't allowed to do it, they wouldn't have let you do it. They would have said this is not legal. So I think you made the right decision. April, how P's feeling about the situation. The way he talked to me felt like he's trying to see how I feel. He kept saying we instead of I, like he's talking on behalf of me. The poor guy is confused as hell. But what I don't understand, like, what is he confused about? I don't know what he's confused about. I mean, I don't see confusion here. What it shows is like the love has run out or there's weakness in the situation. It looks like he either feels like he's got a long road ahead of him or he doesn't put in a lot of effort, and that's just how he is. I don't know what he's confused about. I mean, it's like you guys have been talking. Either you're going to meet and you're going to hang out or you're not. Or you guys are either going to take this relationship to the next level or you're not. Like, he's got to make a decision. Like, I don't know what he's confused about. Either you want to be in this or you don't. Like, if you're on a dating website and obviously you're looking to meet people, so now he's met someone. What is he confused about? I don't understand where the confusion comes in. It just looks like he doesn't have a lot of oomph Like he doesn't have a lot of desire to make things happen. I don't think he's trying to manipulate you into saying anything. But if that's what you think, see, women act like that. I don't think that men act like that. Like he's trying to make you say, he's trying to say something to pry feelings out of you. I mean, I think you would just tell him how you feel. I don't think that he has to do that with you. I don't know. I don't see him as being confused. I see him as not having a lot of oomph, and like he doesn't have a lot of get up and go. Like he just seems to like be very stagnant. I don't think that that has anything to do with you. I think it has to do with him. I don't think that there's so much confusion around him, is that he's just like lazy or he doesn't put in any effort. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't get the impression that he was trying to pull feelings out of you because you weren't telling him how you feel. Like, were you telling him how you feel? Because if you're telling him how you feel, then what is, I don't understand, like, what's he trying to get out of you? Like, I don't understand why people have such a hard time communicating. It's like, if he wants to know how you feel, why doesn't he just ask? Like, you don't have to manipulate somebody into saying something. Like, just ask them, are you interested in pursuing this further? Do you want to continue to date? Are you maybe not feeling it? Like, sometimes people go through things, they don't want to be bothered with anyone. That's fine. But tell me that, and then I'm not going to reach out to you, or I'm not going to try to cultivate anything, but I'm not going to put in effort with somebody who's not meeting me halfway, or even like 60-40. Like, things change. Sometimes one person puts in a little bit more effort than the other person. That's okay. But I don't know what he's trying to get out of you that you wouldn't just volunteer. Because I think that you're the one that wants to find out where he's coming from. I think that he knows that you're pretty interested in him. Adriana, when could I be as a couple with someone? You could be in a committed relationship early summer. Princess, isn't the Cancer upset that I posted my body? He may have anxiety about that a little bit, yeah. I don't know what your relationship is with him, so it's hard, like, I can't get into his head or exactly how he feels. Like, if you guys are just friends or you're just someone that he knows, then he's got no right to, it's not up to him to decide or to tell you whether or not you should post pictures of your body. But just overall, in general, I say this to everyone. Anybody that's trying to communicate through social media is setting themselves up for disaster, because nobody knows, like, you can't decode what somebody else is doing on social media. So you may be putting up pictures thinking one thing and he thinks something else. It's a really bad way to communicate. So I don't know what your goal here is. Did you put up pictures of your body because you wanted him to see them? Because if that was the intention and he saw them, I don't know, maybe he's a little bit more late, he's not like that open when it comes to posting body pictures. I don't know, but if you're not in a relationship with him, he doesn't really have the right to tell you what you can and can't do, even if you are in a relationship. But I can't encourage people to try to communicate or guess what people think about crap that they see on social media, because social media is all smoke and mirrors. Things are put up there because they want people to see them. They want people to think things. They want people to draw conclusions that are not real. So I can't get into reading that kind of stuff because it's all fake. So when you're asking questions about things that are not real or the intentions are misleading, you're going to get a story that's misleading. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I had a friend of mine who was having a baby with somebody, and her boyfriend was living out of state. So somebody was trying to break them up and posted a picture of him with some girl. So now so what did she think of the picture? Okay, well, what's the picture of? Him with some other girl. Now, my friend was smart enough to realize that in this particular picture, the guy didn't have a tattoo that he currently has. So obviously the picture was an old picture. But once again, it's like we're putting up smoke and mirrors to try to make somebody think something so that we get a reaction from somebody so that they could think this and then I'm going to do that. And this is all very negative. It's very low vibrational and it's going to cause trouble. There's no doubt about that. It's going to cause trouble. If you're trying to cultivate a relationship with somebody, that's not how, the way to communicate. If this is just a random person, that's different. Then it's like they don't really have the right to say what you can and can't post. Even if you're in a relationship, it's up to you what you post. By communicating or trying to figure out what somebody else thinks, it's impossible. Princess, why is Asm the Cancer having a tower moment? He looks like he's having an issue with control. So Emperor in reverse is somebody that's trying to control a situation or manipulate a situation. Now, I don't know if he's the manipulator or he's being manipulated, but there is manipulation tactics going on here with the Emperor in reverse. He doesn't like it. He feels like he's overthinking things. And he feels like he wants his life to move forward and away from this situation. I don't know who the person is. That could be a Libra. There's a Libra here. But he may feel, too, like somebody's playing games with him. Emperor in reverse is somebody that's manipulating or controlling, or trying to do something that's sneaky. And he may not know how to deal with it. And that could be why he's having a tower moment. Anna. Is Stacy the Aries attracted to me, or am I just supposing? Okay. Is Stacy the Aries attracted to me? Stacy is attracted to you. You got 3 aces. There's no doubt about that. Mustafa, 6 weeks from now, after I undergo my physical transformation in the way I described earlier, would Miriam take me serious actions towards me, or will she flirt with me and disappear and play hard to get? You know, you're still going to find her to be disappointing because you got here, there's disappointment around the situation. And she's still kind of stuck. But 6 weeks from now, she is going to take notice. And I don't know, she could flirt with you. She could show up in some way that makes you happy. But I still think that she's like up to her old antics. I don't know. She's going to notice. There's no doubt about that. I just don't think that you're going to get much more from her in 6 weeks. She may be flirty. She may run and hide and, you know, like give you a little bit and then like play hard to get again. She's still being a pain in the ass. But she's going to take notice of your transformation, there's no doubt. And act less interested in her and give her a little attention to make her do all the work. That's exactly what you should do. She'll be so pissed. Mustafa, love reading for the next 6 weeks. As I continue to become muscular and dress better. Well, I think that you've got a couple of people around you already. You have a wish. You've got choices. Got a Sagittarius coming in, a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Then you have another Pisces coming in that you could meet through divine timing. Holy cow. Feeling balanced, or balance comes back to your life. And cause for celebration comes in around an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. You're going to be busy. Good, enjoy it. Uriali, is F the Gemini and T the Libra still together? Okay, let's see. Yes, I do think that they're still together. April, what does he think I feel for him? He thinks that you think he's stable. He thinks that you think he's slow moving. That he also may think that you think that he's not successful, or not as successful as he could be. Maybe that he doesn't live up to his potential. And if you feel that way, I would agree with you. I think he's much more capable than he lives up to. He may think that you think that he's smart. He may think that he definitely thinks that you like him, or that you're at least somewhat interested in him. But I do think he feels like you think he doesn't live up to his potential, and that you think he's capable of more than he does, just in general. He also may think that you find him very smart, interesting, and unique. I'm wondering if he smokes a lot of pot. That's just a side note. Anyway. Julie, do you see the possibility of long-term with Hernan, or just fun short-term? Okay. Is there a long-term possibility around Hernan? There is long-term possibility. Yeah, you got 3 aces. It may start off like fun and spontaneous, and it could turn into something long-term down the road. It looks like you're calling the shots moving forward, so let's see what happens. Mustafa. I don't see it yet. So let me do it in Kenya. How will both events go on Saturday? Okay. All right, how are Saturday's events going? Event 1. Event 1 goes well. Cause for celebration, and you got some good luck. Event 2. Yeah, looks good. It looks like the love cup is full, and you're feeling prepared, and there's financial stability around. I would say they both go pretty well. Mel, will there be any future conflicts between myself and Kay? You might have another conflict, yeah. 70% chance, yes, there will be another conflict. A little bit down the road. Mustafa, how Miriam thinks and feels in 6 weeks from now after my physical transformation. She sees me in the hallway, and I either ignore her if she tries talking or flirting with someone else. If she sees you talking and flirting with someone else, she's going to think that you no longer like her, and she's going to be very angry. She's also going to feel like she's waiting for her ship to come in, and things took a turn for the worse. But too bad for her. She had her opportunity. You know what? She can go fly a kite. She'll be jealous as hell. It's too bad for her. How about Bushra? Can you describe the Pisces for me? I'd like to know his traits, good, bad, and the ugly. Okay. What are the traits of the Pisces? Could be a little negative at times, definitely. He does have choices. He's a very hard worker, but he could fight negativity. He's got slow and steady wins the race. I wouldn't expect much from him quickly. He is growing and changing, and he does go through growth and change, and he does transform himself frequently. He always feels, though, like a little bit typical Pisces. Kind of lets situations victimize himself. He's very well balanced. He's smart, pretty well educated, very well prepared, somewhat financially stable, peaceful, serene, sincere, loving, and kind. But he has a negative side that is, could battle depression or something like that. Where am I at, Adriana? Will it be as hard this week at work? Okay, will it be as hard this week? No, I think the planets last week were not behaving. I think we have an easier week coming up. Yeah, this week should be much better for you. For everyone. Mel, Aquarius feeling once I walk away. Will he walk away peacefully? He's going to feel very like he was either treated unfairly or there was a great injustice that happened to him. He feels very connected to you. He may walk away peacefully, but he's going to be really hurt. I think he walks away peacefully for at least a good chunk of time because the Hermit here is in reverse. But he's going to be really hurt. He feels very connected to you, and I think he wanted more from the situation. Yeah. Well, if it's not working for you, you know, then too bad for him. But he's going to be pretty hurt by that. Empress, AH's current feelings towards me. Thinks that you're kind, caring, compassionate, serene, lucky, smart, intelligent, successful, intuitive, hardworking, and well prepared. Beautiful one, love for February. You have long-term possibility around a fire sign in February. You could meet this person through divine timing. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, feeling like the world is at your feet. Walking away from people, places, and things that no longer serve you. Closing the door on something brings in something new pretty quickly. Mia, 503, general for February for husband. He's got some sharp energy around him with the Queen of Swords. And he may be feeling unprepared for something. He's also got a little bit of negativity and regret around him. And he also could be feeling hurt by someone or something. But overall, his life moves forward in February. The hard work he puts out into his career is going to come back to him, and he's going to start listening to his intuition. I don't know. It may be something like his intuition was telling him not to trust somebody, and he did, and then he gets burnt. But it seems like he moves past it pretty quickly. Sun strength. Is my best friend in a new relationship? Acting weird and sneaky. Okay, let's see. They could be in it. Yeah, it's possible. Yep. They may be hanging out with somebody new. Fatal dream. Why was my love interest was doing down there by Torshell on Friday? Why was my love interest down there by Torshell on Friday? All right, the Three of Cups here is in reverse, which means there could be third-party interference in this situation. Do you know what his relationship is with her, or what his relationship status is just in general? He's got a tower moment around her. They got a tower moment happening. So I don't know what their relationship is, but there's a tower moment on the horizon for the two of them. And one of them may walk away from the other. There's a long road ahead of them, too. I don't know what their relationship is. Do you have any idea? I'm not seeing love here. There's no love showing. But this could be third-party influence or interference. And then a tower moment happens and somebody walks away. There's a long road ahead of them. Goonies, general. You've got balance coming into your life, good karma coming into your life, possibly going back to school, learning a new area of study. Stepping into your own personal strength. If you're not in a relationship, there's a commitment on the horizon. Possibly with a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Paying off a bill of debt or a loan makes you feel relief, and hearing from somebody out of the blue who you haven't seen or spoken to in some time. Shani, I'm wondering why I haven't heard from Corey. This usually is not like him. I haven't heard from peep out of him. Okay. What is going on with Corey? Well, he may be feeling like the love has run out and the relationship is gone out of balance. He may not be putting in much effort anymore, but he may be kind of distancing himself and walking away. For right now, I wouldn't expect to hear much from him. It looks like he's looking for distance or he's taking time away because he feels like this situation needs it. Ace of Cups and Six of Pentacles in reverse is like feeling like the relationship's gone out of balance and the love has run out. I would keep your options open for somebody else to come in. Dr. Garuva single. Do you see me establishing a real estate empire globally to build shelters for homeless? Okay, let's see. Yeah, you could. You do have a wish around the situation. The thing is that you have the Tower in reverse, which means you may have hurdles and there could be obstacles in your way. But I think ultimately you could at least be successful in your neck of the woods. I don't know if you can go through the whole world, but you may be able to get something started in your neck of the woods. Anna. Tina the Pisces will go on a trip with his coworkers on St. Valentine's weekend. We're not dating yet, but we have a little something. What will the cards tell me about that situation? There's not all that much happening. It looks like he goes on the trip. He's got a wish around the trip. He feels balanced. He feels like things move forward. He enjoys the trip. There's happiness around it. I mean, there's not really much more than I could say. Is that he's going on a trip. You know, it looks like it's a good time. I don't get caught up in this Valentine's Day bullshit. Him going on a trip and Valentine's Day, neither one of them makes a difference. You know, it just happens to be Valentine's Day. He just happens to be going on a trip. It's one thing doesn't really have much to do with the other, but it looks like he has a decent time on the trip, and it doesn't look like it affects anything either way. Um, Julie, is her name the one that you told me about that's coming in? All right, let's see. 70% chance, yes, and things change for the better quickly around that situation. But wasn't there an earth sign too? Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So I would say if you find out that he isn't an earth sign, somebody else is coming in as well. And you could have more choices. But he's definitely one that's coming in. Zineb, what does the Virgo and Yasir talk about regarding me? Well, I can't tell you specifically what people say. I don't know. I can only give you topics. They may talk about I don't know if you have a spiritual practice that you're very connected to. Some kind of either religion or spiritual practice may come up. They may discuss that. It also looks like they may say that there's injustice around the situation. So somebody either feels they were treated unjustly, or they may say that they think that you've been treated unjustly. There's some kind of injustice that they may speak about. It also looks like they may say that you can sometimes be indecisive, that you're very smart, you're very well balanced, you're sincere, and that you're growing and transforming and changing. But I can't give you specific words that people say. I don't know. Princess, has Henna the Capricorn moved on from her ex? I don't think so. No, not 100%, not yet. New me. How would a relationship be with Samuel? Doesn't look like a bad relationship. It looks like you guys would have a mutual connection or mutual interest. It looks like you guys may have a spiritual connection. This person may be persistent, kind, caring, stable, sincere. They may present you with an offer that would be hard to refuse. Looks like it has a long-term possibility as far as commitment is concerned with divine timing. Doesn't look like a bad situation. instead of ghosting the Aquarius, if I tell him it's best that we remain friends, would he be more understanding to accept that? Okay, let's see. You got a 70% chance, yes, he accepts it, and it is a better way to handle it, but he still may be have a little sharp energy around. But that would be the way that I would suggest going. I would tell him that. Tiffany, love reading. Well, a tower moment is a crisis. So it could be a big fight. It could be like, it's something that's like a crisis. Now, it could be leveling the playing field. Sometimes it's an ending. It doesn't always have to be an ending. Sometimes it's like leveling the playing field and then like building from the ground up. Depends on where that relationship is going. Tower moment is most of the time seen as very negative, but sometimes it isn't negative because sometimes that's what the relationship needs to start over. Most of the time, I see it as like an ending. The thing is that there are so many relationships that are toxic and cycling that these tower moments come up, but they don't end. So it's like two people could be in a relationship, right? And it's like, we're together today, we fight tomorrow, we break up on Wednesday, we get back together on Thursday. Now we're so in love, we're moving in together. Now we're fighting again, we're breaking up, we're getting back together. And it just cycles like that. Some of the cycles are long, right? Where it could take months. Sometimes the cycles are really quick and it's like cycling and cycling. I blocked him. I unblocked him. We're moving in together. We're having a baby together. I'm not talking to him. I blocked him. So the tower moments sometimes can be very hard as a reader to read, only because sometimes people are in a really shitty situation and they choose to stay in it. So that in those cases, the tower doesn't always mean an end. It depends really a lot on the two individuals. Sometimes somebody gets to a point. I mean, how many times have you ever had this friend? That's it. I'm fucking done with him. That's it. That's it. We're done. We're done. We're done. And then all of a sudden, a few days later, we're back together again. And it's like, you were just done with him. I'm fucking done. How many times have I heard that from one of my friends over the years? Fucking done. You're not done. You're done for 5 minutes. And crying and the dramatics and everything. And then 2 days later, everything is fine. So sometimes the tower moments can be really difficult. But it's always a crisis in that moment. That's like one of these crazy things. Tiffany, love reading. Divine guidance is guiding your love life. You may not be looking back on the past fondly. You may be kind of looking back on the past like, well, it is what it is, but I'm listening to my intuition. I'm growing and changing, and I'm moving forward. Scorpio comes in, a Pisces comes in, and Aries comes in. If you're not in a committed relationship right now, you're going to have opportunities for different choices where things could move forward quickly, being guided by the divine and no longer holding yourself back. April, do you see me connecting with Dan the Aquarius again? You could, yeah. Yeah, 70% chance, yes, moving forward, you may reconnect with him. princess. Why is Hannah the cat still holding on to her exes? He treated her like trash. Well, welcome to the club. Let me tell you something. Most people are being treated like trash and they're holding on with the hopes that someday this person's going to wake up and be Prince Charming. They don't get it through their head. You know, it's like I was just saying with the people that are in these toxic situations. I've been in them. So I'm not throwing stones. I've lived it before. And in my situation, when I was with Tom, it wasn't like that for a very long time. Like we were together a good couple of years and then like everything, I mean, people started dying left and right in our families. It was like one crisis after the next. We couldn't survive it. But we got to a point where it was so toxic. It was like we're together, we break up, then we're together again. And then it's the same old fight. And when I'm talking about a fight, like like a fucking, I would be drunk, yelling, crying for hours. Terrible. But still holding on. Like thinking that somewhere in my mind, I actually thought that there was going to be a day where he was going to stop doing that. And the day did come, right? He did stop. But when he did, it wasn't with me. So that's the lesson with those types of situations. You want somebody to come back and be a different person. You don't want them to come back and be this person that they are. So what is it that you're holding on to? I think what it comes down to is that people are afraid of being alone. They don't want to be alone. So they want this person to come back. Well, is he going to treat me right this time? Is he going to treat me? No, he's never going to treat you right because this is who he is. He's a sack of shit. He's not going to wake up tomorrow morning and no longer be a sack of shit. He's proven it to you. So you can put up with him and stop arguing with him and just live with it, which one of my friends did. and then just shut the fuck up about it already. Or you can realize that there's better out there and find something better. Or be alone for a little while. Nobody wants to be alone. Everybody wants their ex back. But the ex is no fucking good and was never good. Or they were good for a while and things fell apart. When I was with Tom towards the end, it's like I couldn't have made it any easier for him. I was willing to let him do whatever he wanted. And, you know, you pick the time that you're going to see me and I'll be available. I couldn't make any, and he still couldn't fucking do it. So why people allow themselves to be treated like that for that long, it's a personal thing because everyone's going to be a little different. In my case with him, for a long time, I felt like I wasn't happy, but I couldn't break up with him because like he had just lost his brother and I wasn't going to dump him, you know, but instead he dumped me and then he came back and then he didn't want us to be together, but he still wanted to, you know, hang out. I can't even tell you what I put up with. But my point is that people, they hold on to something because they don't have anything better. And they sometimes they look back with rose-colored glasses and they don't realize how shitty it was. And it's like, what are you holding on to? Why do you still want to be with this person that treated you terrible? Why? So that you could put up phony, fake Facebook pictures and try to convince me that you're happy or that you're some kind of a Disney princess? I don't believe that bullshit. So what's the point in it? I don't get it. But people do it. And also, too, I feel like once she meets somebody else, she'll get over it. And then she'll realize what a dick he was. It's a shame. It's a shame. She is still kind of heartbroken. And she feels burdened by the situation. And he may be with somebody else. You know, like I got to the point in my life that it's like, you want to treat someone like shit? Treat someone else like shit. I don't want to be treated like shit anymore. People stick around, yeah. He didn't even go to either of her siblings. Yeah, Tom didn't go to mine either. Tom, let me tell you something about, God, I hope he ain't watching. He's not watching. But and honestly, he was a good guy. But He came with me to my brother's rehearsal dinner for the wedding, but then he didn't show up for the wedding. Can you believe it? Really? You came to the rehearsal dinner and you didn't come to the wedding? You know what he told me? That he thought his blood pressure was elevated and he didn't want to be, and he had anxiety. He was full of shit. But this is what I'm saying. Why do we put up with it? Now, how many more years did the toxic relationship continue after my brother's wedding? Probably another 2 years. That wasn't enough? Like, how much shit did I need to eat? Because everybody holds on to that hope that maybe one day he's going to change. He's not going to change. They're not going to change. They don't change. Nobody changes. Nobody changes unless they really want to change or they've had something major happen to them. You know, like if somebody has like a heart attack, it becomes a wake-up call that they can't eat fast food every day. But until that happens, nobody changes. You got to want to change. And if you're getting away with it, nobody changes. Yeah, Brandy, go ahead. You can. New me. What did Samuel think about me saying if he likes one more pick, I'll fly to Cleveland? He liked that comment. He feels very ambitious, and he feels like relief. He's made it to the top of the mountain. He made a good impression. Empress. Currently thinking of moving down south from Connecticut. What is it looking like for income level? You know what? It may be time to go. Just because it's just getting so expensive here. I know, like I'm always talking about that myself. Because it's crazy expensive here. My fear is that once you go, you can't come back. But would you want to? Like that's the thing. Like once you go, would you want to come back? You know, if you're living in a state where you don't have to pay state income tax, that's a huge difference. I don't think you can lose going down south. I just don't. I very few people have. I don't think I know anyone that went down south and came back. Looks like work or school looks good. It looks like you have lots of opportunity for rest and relaxation. You'll have many choices when it comes to love. You got passion coming in. You got love coming in. Life changes for the better quickly. It's something to think about. I always tell this story because I'm just knocked over by it. I worked with this kid at A&P who was like, he had just graduated college and he came back here and he was working at Starbucks and he was working at A&P part-time. He had a girlfriend who she was like a teacher's aide or something, a teacher's assistant or something in New Jersey. They moved to Austin, Texas. I think they've since gotten married. I don't know. Anyway, moved to Austin, Texas, and they rented an apartment. They rented an apartment with another couple. They each had their own bedroom. They each had their own bathroom. They just shared the kitchen and the living room. The rent for the apartment was $425 a month. $425 a month between 4 people. The girlfriend that was the teacher's aide got a job in Texas making $2 an hour more than she was making in New Jersey. So I don't think you can lose. I just don't. Good luck. Tiffany, can tarot help me get more clarity on the divine? Yes, I believe so. Yes. You mean you want to start working with tarot to strengthen your connection to the spirit world? I would say yes, definitely, 100%. Kiki, general for how I've been feeling in my mind. Have you been feeling a little bit like a minor disaster? Or slow and stuck, like feeling like a little bit of a disaster and having some sharp energy? If so, that all moves into the past. Moving forward, moving on to greener pastures, strengthening you're strengthening your sense of intuition. You're also strengthening your self-esteem. You've got peace and serenity coming into your life, and you're starting to take control. It could be mentally taking control. You know what they say, if you can control your emotions, you can control anything. April, I know that nothing comes of a situation with Dan, but for some reason I find him really attractive. It's so rare. General with him. Okay, when we reconnect. I don't see a love connection here, but it does look like you could have a good time. Like it may be like fun, carefree, doing exciting things or things out of the blue. It looks like like there's not a lot of weight or burden around the situation. It looks like very light energy, focused energy, fun things, no like not feeling stuck in the mud, feeling like going out and having a good time. Might not be a huge love connection, but it looks like a lot of fun. So I would explore that option. What the heck? I know it's not worth it. But you know, like when you get older, you start to realize that. But when you're young, and especially if you're young, like I would say, like the worst age, like being a woman in like your late 20s, I don't know. I just think that that's like the worst time. I think it's the worst time because I think a couple of things happen. Either you're not married and you're everybody's bridesmaid and everyone's always saying something really stupid to you, or you're marrying some jackass just because you have to get married and you're like, if I'm not going to be the last one not married. And either one I don't think is a good option. And I feel like people just do stupid shit because they feel like they need to at that age. Where I think as you get older, you don't really care so much what people think. Or you care a lot less and you make better decisions. I had one girl who she was probably about 27, 28. And she was just getting divorced, and her parents were like very Catholic, very Catholic, and her father was fucking livid. But she was like, Danny, I every step of the way I knew I shouldn't marry him. Every step of the way, at every turn I knew this was not what I should do, but I still went down the aisle. She said that her father said to her, you don't have to do this, we can cancel it now, and she went through with it. So then after she got married, a couple months later, like 2 or 3 months later, she comes home, and what her father was like, I mean, he took money out of his 401k, took money out of his retirement, big fucking wedding. Then she started dating someone else, and her father was like, what? Oh, he was so pissed. But what are you going to do? I mean, that's a very big mistake to make, a very costly mistake. Anyway. Fatal. So why did T go down there after I told him what I told him on Friday? He went down there where Shell was at. All right, I don't know what you told him, and I don't know what your relationship is with him or what his relationship is with her, because I'm not seeing a lot of love here between anybody. So it looks like he's not holding himself back. He doesn't want to be controlled. He feels like he can do whatever he wants. And he either had things to take care of or wanted things to move forward. I don't know what their relationship is, but it looks like he doesn't want to be told what he can and can't do, and he does what he wants. That's what comes through. So I don't know what your intentions were, but whatever you told him, like if you told him that he couldn't go there, or if you told him you didn't want him there, he's not going to be told what he can and can't do. He went there because he felt like things were going to move forward. He's not letting anybody control him, and he had business to take care of, or he had something to say. It looks like being guided by the divine. He steps into his own strength. He does what he wants. I don't know what your situation is between you and him or her and him. But I'm not seeing love here between any of these people. Not you and him or him and her. So I don't know if they used to hang out or they used to hook up and he went down there because he knew she was going to be there. I don't, there's no love here. So I don't know what your intentions were by telling him, because if you and him aren't in a relationship, you can't tell him where he can and can't go. And if he decides to do something, that's his business. Like, he's got to be the one to make that decision. So I don't know what you were trying to get him to do or not do, but it looks like he was either invited or he had business to take care of, so he went down there to do what he needed to do. And Emperor in reverse, and he's like, no one's going to control me, or I'm got to do it. Or it also could be, I'm taking control of what I need to do. So I don't know what their relationship is. Not coming up as love or sexual. April, how would Dan the Aquarius feel about the message that I'm about to send? Well, it looks like there's good luck and there's good karma. Listen to your intuition. It looks like he feels good about it, or it's well received. Kiki, how will tomorrow go? Tomorrow goes well. You got the sun. Is this about your test? You should do well. It looks like the hard work that you put in pays off. I think you're going to do well tomorrow. Kiki, I feel kind of dead emotionally. I'm not sure I like it. I think it's better to be. I kind of understand it because I've been there before myself. I think that's going to change at some point, but I think right now it's okay. I think it's okay to kind of be feeling like this and not always be so vulnerable. You do have success coming in, no longer waiting for your ship to come in and starting a new journey on the horizon. But right now, if you're feeling, sometimes you just need a break from all of it. And I think that's okay. T-Bat, what's going on with the Aquarius now? Aquarius feels like he's stuck in the mud here. He may feel like he's like sinking. Like there's not a lot of growth and transformation around him. But that's all going to change because he's coming into a place where he's got some good luck on his side. He's listening to his intuition, and he's got good karma behind him. So his life may start to move forward. If he feels a little stuck right now, like he can't get, it's like he can't get any traction to move forward, but it should change. I would say maybe before the end of the month, things can start to move forward with him. Brandy, you told him not to talk to you Friday? So then you think he went down there to see her? You mean, would I have success starting in OnlyFans? All right, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to ask it as a yes or no question. Yes, you would have success with it. Empress, is H going to try and come back and reconcile once I relocate? Yep. Five Blessed, is it a good idea to link up with this music producer? Yeah, I would give him a chance. Yep. Angel, does Elisa have feelings and thinks of me? Does she have a boyfriend and will we be in a relationship? I don't think that she has a boyfriend, but I don't see you guys in a relationship just yet either. It looks like she holds herself back. There's a delay when it comes to happiness, and Lovers is in reverse. She may either not be seeing as you right now, you as a potential, or she may not be thinking about it. I don't think that she knows how you feel about her, and I think that she may be surprised to find out how you feel about her. I don't see you guys in a relationship, not relatively soon. It could take a while. Flower Love, how's the Saggy feeling about me? He told me that he loved me and then he got into a new relationship. He does care very much about you, but he feels like either that relationship has run its course or it was time for him to move forward with his life. Sagittarians are kind of like that. You know, it's like they could love a lot of people. I would keep your options open. You got a Cancer coming in around you. But it looks like for him, he feels relief around this new situation. And you may be feeling disappointed by that, but it looks like you've got a Cancer coming in. So I would keep your options open because I think the Sagittarius would just continue to disappoint you. Julia, what did A do with his time this weekend? What did A do with his time this weekend? He definitely spent time rest, relaxation, self-care. The Sun here is in reverse. So happiness came out this weekend for him, but he may have had like it might not have, he may have had work or something to catch up on first. Because he's got the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. So he may have had some legitimate work to do first. And then the Sun came out and he felt happy when he had rest, relaxation, time for self-care. Possibly, I don't know if he does some sort of recreational hobby, taking time for rest, relaxation, but there also could be like a physical hobby that he does, that he may have spent time doing this weekend. And maybe hanging out around his house. New me. Who would I be happy in a relationship with? Water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Makes you feel like you've made it to the top of the mountain. Looks like life moves forward, but there's also an Aries too that comes in that there could be a lot of happiness around. Angel, it's not really bad news. It's just that the two of you aren't on the same page. It's like you're living out something in your head that she hasn't knows nothing about. Do you know what I mean? It's like you've already you've developed feelings and a situation and kind of put her on a pedestal, but she's clueless about it. You know, it's like you got to get off the stop looking at it like um she's the be all end all, and try to cultivate more of a relationship with her in reality rather than in the future. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would work on making a relationship with her now, as far as being friends or getting to know one another or become closer that way, rather than being focused on this committed relationship, because that's not in her head right now. It doesn't mean that can't change, but it's like imagine if somebody just randomly like came up to you and said, "Oh my god, I want to be in a relationship with you," and you like had no idea. You would be kind of taken back. That's sort of the way she would feel if you just kind of laid it on her. And the thing is that all of this energy is kind of out there, right? And it's thick, heavy energy because you talk about her a lot. So that kind of builds resistance around the situation, which then kind of puts her up on a pedestal. Whenever a relationship goes out of balance, it's very hard to bring it back into balance. So I would try to take your mind off of her a little bit in the sense of long-term committed relationship, and work a little bit more on just like everyday communication, like friends. Anybody here that I haven't answered for yet? April, my friend Anna the Aquarius says that she got COVID 8 weeks ago. Weird. She didn't tell me before. I feel like she's lying about it when she got it. She wants to hang out soon. Is it safe? Is it 8 weeks ago? Definitely safe. My babysitter had it, and the doctors had her just quarantined for 2 weeks, and then after that, she was fine. If she had it 8 weeks ago, you're fine. Yeah, you're fine. Anybody here I haven't gotten to yet? Now updated love reading. Your life is moving forward, moving on to greener pastures. Got some good luck coming in. Could be with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It may be a Taurus. It looks like this person could come in under the clear blue sky. That Aquarius is still here. But if that earth sign comes in, well, then it's going to be too bad for the Aquarius. It could be a Capricorn. Or you could have two, a Taurus and a Capricorn coming in. Starting a new journey with somebody that would make an offer that would be hard to turn down. You could have some new options coming in. Possibly another air sign as well. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Let's see what happens. Anybody else I didn't get to, or I did everyone? I think that's it. Alrighty, guys. I am going to go. Have a good night. Thank you all very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Probably in the afternoon, like maybe between 1 and 2-ish, something like that. And if anybody needs anything, feel free to email me. I will see you all. Oh, let me do this one person. Is there a high profit in investing in the crypto XRP long term? A lot of people have been asking about that one. I would tell you to go for silver, but that one too I think is going to be good. Yeah. I would invest in that. Yeah. I would invest in that. I would also invest in silver if you can. I think that it's going to go up. If you have the money to invest it. All right, guys. I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a nice evening.